soundtrack. People don't know. I made it a long time ago. Time for energy, baby. Will loves music like this. It's just gay enough.
Yeah. Chemistry, energy. Feeling me, enemy. I can't take it there. That energy. Pull up anywhere. Used to be enemies, all I'm frenemies. That's energy. Little fingers got you going hard. That's friends to be. Back in the court, causing a scene like you ain't going off the henny. Bob in the booth, that's where I be, and no, I don't owe you a penny. I was the all got on my feet, turning nothing into plenty. Cutthroat game, now built for the lame, and soon watch me be trending.
Bishop, you know what I just thought? This should be the next music video. I could make this hit right now. This song right now will hit. This is what people like. I can feel it. Check this out, bro. With the right music video, and I'll design it. It's coming to me right now, okay? But just keep in mind, get it ready next month. Music video, okay?
It's time for energy. Energy. AZD energy. Royal flows energy. Energy.
Yep.
Fill it up, energy with us. Fill it up.
Yep.
Fill it up.
I see it.
Fill it up. Yeah. Chemistry, energy. Feeling me, enemy. I can't take it there. That energy. Pull up anywhere. Used to be enemies, all I'm frenemies. That's energy. Little fingers got you going hard. That's friends to be. Back in the court, causing a scene like you ain't going off the henny. Bob in the booth, that's where I be, and no, I don't owe you a penny. I was the all got on my feet, turning nothing into plenty. Cutthroat game, now built for the lame, and soon watch me be trending. Color coded, never folded, stand my ground and keep it rolling. Keep it 100, you my homie, all that gas is what I'm smoking. Ain't no telling what I'm holding. Catch a vibe and keep it going. I stay posted, never holding. We ain't fucking, but we flowing high.
Fill up the energy.
Feel that energy with us. Feel that energy. Feel that energy with us.
All my smokers and sippers.
Come on now.
I need all my go-getters. Fill up the energy with us.
Let's go.
Fill up the energy with us.
Let's go.
Jump in the party, that's energy. People get rowdy, that's energy. If they get cloudy, that's energy. Bosses around me, that's energy. Energy. Yeah, we need all of that energy. If you 100, you better be. Yeah, we need all of that energy. Damn, sick. Hey, Molly Percocet. I've been moving all night long, man. I've been to break a sweat. I've been running around the town, finna run me up a check. All these people talking down, they don't really be a threat. Hell no, we ain't finished yet. Yeah, we still getting lit. I said, damn, I need the plug. Got me to the dealership. We've been feeling all the love, we've been spilling all the drip. We done got it out the mud, now the mud that's always silk. I ain't got a stain on me, a lot of people changed on me. I was stacking cheddar cheese, they try to steal my macaroni, don't me acting like they know me. I don't hang with fake and phony, tryna fall out like I'm Kobe. I ain't going out like Tony. Hold up, fill up the energy. Fill up the energy with us. Fill up the energy. Fill up the energy with us. All my smokers and sippers. I need all my go-getters. Fill up the energy with us. Fill up the energy with us. Jump in the party, that's energy. People get rowdy, that's energy. If they get cloudy, that's energy. Bosses around me, that's energy. Energy. Yeah, we need all of that energy. If you 100, you better be. Yeah, we need all of that energy. A special shout out to my brother, none other than the Red Dragon himself, Sammy of San Jose. Yeah, we're doing this. Be the best. Fuck the rest.
That's us. Everybody welcome. AZD. This is IMC Nation International, which is worldwide, all around the globe. Mastermind, which is the word comes from Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. A group of individuals who've mastered a certain area and have expertise. They come together under one banner, one goal, one purpose. It's an international mastermind council, group of people that have voting rights and make decisions, okay? For the next 30 minutes, it's going to be about a free lecture. Or I should say, for about the next 30 minutes, it's going to be a free lecture, okay? The about was in the wrong spot. It's going to be a free lecture, and then we're going to get into what's called the Players Club. Invitation, all the men only, no women, okay? And women that are online get to go to our women's section, okay? Then you want to know how to do that, you just let me know. The women will meet, the men will meet after we speech. Well, shit. Let's get started with this book. It's called Breathing Truth. It is for sale, although I'm redoing it. So if you want like a classic version, you should get it because it's going to be redone, okay? We're going to combine this and the other one into one. Can you do that? And then we're going to release
In one book
cheaper.
or a bundle?
No, I want one book. Well, I don't know. Let me redesign the cover. And then let's re-release it. We're going to release it cheaper than it is. So I'm letting you know, if you buy it now, you're going to buy it more expensive, but you're going to get the last ones. And one day that's important, right? Just keep that in mind. It won't be that much more expensive, but I'm going to knock it down. And I'm going to make the book $9.95, $10, so the whole world can buy it and read it. There's a lot of wisdom in it, okay? $10 book. I'm going to open it up to the section. Let's see what it says. That's a good one. But we're going to skip that one. We'll go to that one in the messengers. Here we go. Instead of thinking about what you're going to say to people. Now, think about right now, you're here. From here, we call this acts or scenes, okay? We have language from theater that we use to analyze our life or our lives and better them. I'm a collector of languages, right? Collector of codes. And so I see my life as a set of acts or scenes, okay? So for example, right now I'm starting this. This is whatever this class is, right? Free lecture. And then I go to the next one. That's another scene in the same act. The act is from 10 to 1 I teach. I'm on the stage as the teacher right now, right? So that's the act. The scenes are, this is the first scene. Then I'm going to say we're going to go to Players Club. Change the music. Curtain goes down, curtain goes up. Next scene in the same act. Then curtain goes down, advanced students only, VIP, you're here, we go Jedi shit. That ends that act, 10 to 12. Okay? And then at 12, around 1, I now change scenes and change areas. So I'm going to go from here, go to my house. I'm going to have people over there, and I'll be occupying the same space with them. That's a different act, right? And that'll be from like 1 till around 4:30. That act ends, and it has scenes in it, okay? Then that act is over, that audience leaves. Each act has a new audience member to it. I may change the words later, okay? But just so you see how your mind is supposed to take the infinite possibility of life and chop it up for you, right? We see all this oranges and apples, and we start doing mathematics with it. We say, okay, 30 oranges, 20 apples. Let's put the good oranges, 5 of them over there, and we're using numbers to separate the energies and categorize. That's what your mind is supposed to do for you when you use it, not go against you and give you doubts, insecurities, and bullshit, right? So I'm showing you how one of the techniques I use in my daily activities, and the people that live here are aligned with it to some degree for sure. So then I come back at 5. We have a podcast today. All right, let's talk about it. It's going to be an hour. That's an act. And I got to prepare for that act. And I'm going to change again and come back. And each act has a different wardrobe. You should know that. Very few acts, you go into the same wardrobe with it. Even if you change just the scarf and the jacket and get more comfortable, right? This all comes from understanding theater. Now, I'm in the next act. 5 to 6, 6:30, I'm going to be doing that. At 7 o'clock, we have a party for IMC Nation, the made men, the mob, the gang, the tribe, our group, our family, the team. At 7 o'clock, we're all going to get over there at that other house that we have, and the night will be spent playing pool, playing Monopoly, playing chess, playing backgammon, talking shit, watching fights. That's us. You're welcome to invite people, okay? They have to be checked at the door unless they're a woman. If they're a man, they'll be checked, okay? Patted down, end of story, all right? Now, we're going to have a few celebrities come join us tonight also. They'll be hanging out with us. So it'd be really nice to be around people that are really brilliant in their field. That's why they're important, because they're good at what they do. I don't have weak celebrities, right? Not ones that Hollywood made, but ones who were made by themselves, okay? And Hollywood tried to take them. So then we have from 7 to 11, that's an act, right? At around 10 or 11, I'm going to end that act, and I'm going to head back to my own lair. there, that ends all the service to mankind until that time. At 11 o'clock, we do this thing. It's called lockdown. Go into my cell like a prison. Everything's locked down. From 11 until 9 a.m. next day, 9:30-ish, okay? It's an act in itself. And that's called Wolverine or Deadpool or Vampire or time. It's the time when I'm going to regenerate, re-energize, okay? I'm going to do all the things I need to do to start again the next morning, 10 a.m. I'll see you here for the first act. And my day is split up in these acts that are scheduled on a certain time, okay? And you see, if I ask you right now, what's the next act you're on, or what's the next scene you're gonna be in? That might help you look at your life and go, what am I doing next, right? Do I dress the same for both? Right? You're watching an act and it's a king and he shows up to the court and he's got his crown on and he's got his wardrobe, right? Let's say the next act, the king goes back to his own chambers and he's with his queen or queens, like Alexander the Great, like Genghis Khan, like AZD, men of great power, have more than one woman. Does he stay in his crown and robes? Maybe. Most likely, he'll change, right? From there, if he goes back and he's going to go somewhere else and there's going to be other kings and dukes and whatever, he's going to change for that, right? And then when he comes home, is he going to sleep with his fucking crown on his head? Maybe if he's a weirdo or if he's doing a process, okay? But most likely, he's now going to be by himself, however way he dresses to be by himself, right? And this would happen because your life is a theater. Oh, what's going on here? Give me a second. No, right now. So this is a celebrity coming on class right now. He's asking me if he should get on 10:30 or get on now. Okay, he'll get on right now. He's a high-level musician. He'll be there tonight. He's, you know, like the guy with the fucking Grammy artist and shit is about to show up. Oh yeah, he's gonna kill it. No, not Benny. It's gonna be Steven. I don't know if you thought it was Benny.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, it is Steven. Okay. And so anyways, these are acts, right? And these acts, you have wardrobe. I want you to think about that, right? Not only that, even if you're a guy and you're in theater, you still have makeup. Did you know that? I'll tell you why. Because the lighting and all that other shit. Plus, your makeup is to accentuate your character, right? So as a guy, you don't have to wear makeup, but you keep your beard trimmed, right? You keep your clothes, you keep your, like that, that's your wardrobe. You go in wardrobe. And we know this because as professionals in what we do, when we set out for nighttime, everybody looks different and everybody's suited and booted, right? Wardrobe. That's good. Yeah, wardrobe. That's nice. Okay? So that's what we're doing. Now, just that should give you what? A little bit more order. And that's all you want to think about in your life. You want to just think about bringing order as much as you can, right? For example, let's say you don't feel like doing any kind of workout. Sometimes, some days it happens. Your body's sore, you're too tired. Who knows what's going on, right? Something happens. And you go, man, I need to do that. What you're saying is, I need to bring order to this non-movement. Like objects at rest tend to stay in rest until acted upon by an outside force. So that outside force for some people is they have to go get a job because they have to pay the bills. So they'll fucking get up at 5 a.m. and do some shitty job, but they won't show up to their own life at 9 a.m. with their friend because that's less important for them. Those people are considered slaves by me, right? Because the slave master, the one who pays their money, gets them up no matter what. No matter if they have a kid, and they'll say, well, I'm doing it for them. Right. You are doing it for them. That's true. But the way you're going about doing it is a slave. I'm also eating for my body. I'm fornicating, having sex for my body. I'm washing it and I'm all that. But the way I'm going about it is different than the way the next man is going about it. Right? It's what's inside the heart that comes out that defiles the spirit, not what goes in. We all have 24 hours that goes into us, right? When we look up, we all see the same sun that goes into us, the same moon, the same weathers, the same CNN news and CBS news. That goes in. What comes out is what makes me, me, and makes you, you, right? And if that thing that comes out is just always 100% regulated by the outside, then we have a total animal, a total slave. A complete stimulus is something on the outside, stimulates, response mechanism. A stimulus response mechanism is a phone, right? If I press it, it'll respond. If I do that, it has no choice. Although these phones look like they're starting to have choices now. It says, I entered link. Where is Steven? Maybe I sent the wrong link to him. All right, I don't see him. Can you send me the link again? Unless you guys changed it, it should be the same. I don't see you. Do you have to let him in? Dun, dun. I'm gonna wait. He already missed the fucking part he needed. Send me the link again, bro. Today's link. Let me send it again. Oh, somebody. Okay. I'm wearing a lot of clothes, but is it hot in here outside of that, or it's just wearing a lot of clothes? It's a little hot? Okay. Oh, it's a little hot. Let's turn it cooler. Let's try this. Okay, so you understand, all I'm telling you is that I'm bringing order by using my mind and mathematics and language to put it together. Okay, I see you now, Stephen. All right? And that's how the day is split up. Now, in each act, there's a wardrobe, but there's more to it. I'm going to read to you what I read here right now, okay? This says, instead of thinking about what you're going to say to people, so I want you to think about your next scene that you're going to be in. You're going to talk to somebody today. It could even be the grocery store. I don't care. Instead of, because, you know, a lot of times you think about, what should I say to them? What do I say to people? What do I say to girls? What do I say when I'm in set with a man or a woman? What do I say to my boyfriend or girlfriend? Hold on a second, man. I got something else for you. It's better. Okay? Instead of thinking about what you're going to say to people, here you go. Think about what your energy and your body language is going to tell them if you didn't say anything to them. Let's start there. You first present yourself with your body language and your energy. In fact, one of the advanced like Jedi exercises that we do is before we enter a venue, the more advanced people that are with it and have been taught it, they will enter the venue before their body enters the venue with their energy, their imagination, their decisions, intentions, and everything else that they know are words that can move a spirit out of the flesh. And those are the words, right? These words point to you can be somewhere else, right? You could extend your energy beyond time and space, right? You have to know the words time and space and the way that they break down to be able to know that they're just figments of your imagination and they're measuring physical reality and shit like that, right? So the more advanced people take this saying that says, instead of thinking about what you're going to say to people, like, I don't think I'm going to go out to a strip club. What am I going to say to a girl? It's the last thing in my mind, bro. People ask me all the time as a coach, what do I say when she says that? What do I say? And I tell them, I say it to me, I'll answer it. How do I know I'm going to answer it? For this reason, okay? Before we enter, you extend your energy into the space. And your energy, your vibration, your frequency is always announcing who you are prior to you announcing anything about yourself. You see that? Now, what would happen if today you were able to notice that first your energy and your body is first communicating before anything else, right? One of the guys was on a skateboard today. and a pit bull got loose that he didn't know. Yo, you're walking. I didn't know you're walking. It's probably better. The skateboard would have been worse. Yeah. He would have attacked more. And the dog starts charging him while the owner is, okay, let me just tell you something. Injustice is one of those buttons for me that I turn into a superhero like you've never seen before. I have handled multi-billion-dollar organizations because they were unjust, and I've been able to handle them. I've been able to handle everything. There's not one thing so far that's entered my world from a child to an adult that when it was unjust, God didn't give me the power to face it and fuck it up. I'm telling you from the bottom of my heart. I stand here knowing that this is my truth. I stay righteous and God takes care of it. 100%. Okay? Now, when people own dogs like pit bulls, I own pit bulls, or anything dangerous, okay? God forbid I'm around and that animal hurts an innocent person. I give you my word, I'll hurt the owner. I give you my word, which is my life. If it happens here, that's why I was so adamant about your dogs. It's so unjust for a person to have an animal out of control and another human being just existing, and he gets attacked. Okay, good. Now let me attack you so you understand what it's like to be attacked by something that could kill you. All right? I'm going to damage you. So one of our guys is walking, Fernando, he's walking, and the pit bull, he's live, starts running after him. It's alarming if the owner is yelling, no, 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 you know what I'm saying? And he makes a choice to stand the ground, turn around, and face the dog. Now, good thing it wasn't my niece, or my niece would have done well, actually. She knows how to control dogs, but because of her dad, he taught her, right? He's a dog trainer. But the good thing it wasn't like you're Mexican, some young Mexican immigrant family who's not used to that, right? And now they panic because the dog didn't have the intention of biting, but the dog is a stimulus response animal. And if you freak out, the dog now is going to bite. He's not thinking, oh, here's a fucking kid who doesn't know what's going on, or here's an elderly woman who's never been around a dog like that, or whatever, right? So it resolved. But what I want to tell you is this. Ready? If he had panicked, I mean, of course, there's going to be a sense of danger and panic inside. Everybody would feel it if any animal charged you, for sure. A goat charges you, you're going to feel that, right? Let alone a pit bull, the big pit bull, I saw it. So, but he's able to control himself, remain calm, and face the dog, right? That right there is what the dog is reading. He's reading nothing else. Checking the guy's vibe and energy, and if the guy seems like he's a threat or a danger or a shady, the dog's gonna bite. He's designed by human beings, from a wolf to something that will bite strangers that he doesn't know if they act shady. That's the purpose of a dog, okay? It's to bark, bark, bark if something comes around, to alert, and then to attack anything that is shady that doesn't belong to the tribe. That could be a mouse, a cat, a human. It doesn't differentiate. It was bred to defend the tribe, and it doesn't know the difference. Got it? But this brings us to the energy. Now, another thing is, he's also walking and lecturing, so he's got good vibes. That's picked up. That might be even what the dog was attracted to him, possibly, right? What if he was in a bad mood? What if he was in a fight with a girlfriend or something, or just not doing well? The dog would pick that up too as he approaches, because his turnaround, that first initial reaction, would also bring about a different kind of reaction, right? So all we're doing is we're just dealing with our moods and our energy all day long, okay? We have a get together tonight. It's family, right? What I do know is when I say that, I can guarantee there's a vibe check everybody does before they enter the house without us trying. All the people here are nodding their heads. The reason why we don't want outsiders to enter is because we can't trust their vibes. We don't know how they're going to react. We know amongst us, even if it gets loud, that it's not going to get too loud amongst us. We know how to interact around each other. Not only that, there's others of us that are very righteous. So one unrighteous person can't get very far in our group. So we protect the ethics and the morals of the group. Because of that, I guarantee you, we're going to have one of the greatest nights tonight, no matter what the fuck we do, because everyone's going to bring in their vibe, and I'm going to bring in my vibe. I'm going to be celebrating the first time we're in Las Vegas together as a tribe. We have houses on houses, cars on cars. We have businesses on businesses. We have women on women. We have status. We've already been kicked out of many places in Vegas, so we have a good storyline. Like, we're doing our shit, right? Yeah, and tonight is our night to get together for 4 hours or so while the world goes crazy. Let me give you some advice. The time you should never go out is the time that everyone goes out. Okay? That's the time you should not be in public. You don't have to listen to that, but that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life, right? Because the people that are doing that, they're prey animals. They don't think that if there was a watering hole and all the prey was put together, it's just one easy movement to get rid of things or damage things, right? So you have to be aware whether you're moving through the man, because I was thinking about you have to be a man for this one, right? Whether you're moving through the world as a prey animal where you're being preyed upon, right? And if you're being preyed upon, then your life is shit. Because you're always scared and are in danger and worried, always. Or you walk around like a predator, and that's a word that's been used, like child predator. It's not what I'm talking. I didn't say a child predator, right? That's a word that changes the word predator. I'm talking about the same predator that eats chicken or beef today for food. If you put any sort of flesh in your body, I'm talking about that guy who, if there was no DoorDash or Safeway, would have to go with his brother and hunt that fucker down. Otherwise, you wouldn't be eating. I'm talking about that guy. Now, what about the guy who's become vegan, right? Vegan. We consider him brainwashed. I don't consider him weak because I know some great warriors that are vegans and they swear by it. I know some great bodybuilders that are vegans. They swear by it, okay? I also know that they're brainwashed because I've done my own research, my own experience of it, and I wasn't confined to societies telling me whether what I do they accept or not. Fuck the world, fuck society. They're insane. I make my own experiments, I make my own decisions, right? And so if a person is vegan and says, well, I'm not blah, 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 I would say, cool, you need to wake up, okay? And so humankind is the #1 predator on the planet. Am I right in that? You're a scientist. I mean, who beats humans in eating animals? Nobody. 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 Who beats humans in destroying its own kind? Nobody. Right? Humans are the most vicious creatures on earth, not in a negative way, in the most positive way I say that. It's like if a lion was walking around feeling bad for being a lion. God made me. God made me. God is still making me. I'm a process. It's called the AZD process. I'm running it. I don't know who I am. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I came from. I'm very aware of my experience and my process of experiencing it every day. I'm very aware of my values and what I learn. That's all I know. I don't even know where it's coming from. I know it's coming from somewhere because it's an endless flow of lectures for me from day one, a long time ago, right? It never stops. And you see it. So, hold on, I have to answer this. All right, nice. It's a good text. Shocked your face. Okay? That's a text, right? That's a text from a wife of an individual who's locked up for life. Got it? Never will get out, right? But that person is family to me, so she's family, we're family, right? And it's a happy Halloween text, and it's got a good vibe to it. So it raises my Shakti. I didn't get any money, right? No fine bitches texted me and said, you love me, blah, blah, blah. What happened was my brother's wife texted me, happy Halloween, blah, blah, blah. And I could tell the vibe was up, right? That's nice, right? I see Steven Reza, that's a celebrity. We always have to acknowledge celebrities that are here. And some of you guys may be celebrities that I don't know. but I do know what I know. Steven Reza, if you guys see him, he's one of the highest level music producers on planet Earth. I can tell you this, if you heard of their names, like Eminem and Bieber and Rihanna and all, I can tell you, he knows them. He mixes shoulders with them. He's probably done fucking music for them or with them. He knows every single person, but they know him, right? So he's here. He'll also hopefully join us tonight. We'll be blessed to have him and his friends, right? So anyways, he's here. Salute to him. Anyways, let's talk about your energy and your body language communicating before you do. I want you to think if you've ever been to the doctor and you found a bad nurse or a bad doctor. Not because they didn't know what they were doing, but because when they walked up, their energy and their demeanor, their body language was off. Even if they did the right shit, right? They put the fucking needle in, they did whatever, it was just off. Like, you thought to yourself when you looked at them, man, I don't like that person. Right away, you thought that. Right away, you thought that. And maybe you felt bad. And you're like, oh, I shouldn't, whatever. Okay, don't feel bad. Huh? Don't feel bad. You're not the only one who thinks that about that person. That person is walking around just toxic. Best to not feel bad, best to protect oneself, right? Now, to protect oneself, you don't resist. If you begin to resist it, you create some sort of a force field out here that they hit against. And the problem with that is, I mean, let me ask you a question, right? If you've never trained in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or stand-up fighting, never, right? How much can you defend against someone who does it? You might get lucky and defend one or two moves. Stay in there long enough, you're going to get caught. The person doing that is toxic on a regular basis. They interact with the world in a toxic way. They manipulate their husbands and wives. They manipulate their children. They even manipulate their bosses and employees, their friendships. They are a manipulator like you've never seen in the negative sense of the word manipulate, right? That person knows what's going on with you because they're walking around doing that. They're miserable. They don't want you to be happy. If you're in the hospital, they want you to think you're dying, not living. They want to make things really bad for you because they wish they were dead. You see that? And what's happening is, to protect yourself against them, you can either come to the advanced Jedi class that I have, then yes, then that's technique. Or you could start like this. Remember in the jiu-jitsu match or the whatever match? How about if you don't take up the match? And you just step to the side and you let the person fight somebody else. And every time they try to entangle with you, you just don't fight. You don't resist what they do because they can't do anything to you. They're just having a bad attitude, right? So if I allow them to keep their bad attitude without having to try to change them, without having to not be affected by them, and just observe that that person is in some sort of a match in their head or in their heart, and it ain't with me. I'm going to move over to the side. Then they'll be around you for a little bit. They're not going to be around you 24 hours a day unless you're married to them. That's why you should not even live with someone that you're married to. It's wrong. Hey, you know why you should never live with somebody if you're going to be with them? Because it didn't work out for your parents, and it didn't work out for your brother's parents and your neighbor's parents, and that's not how you do it. Now, if it had worked for one person, then I may consider it. I have not seen one married couple over 10 to 20 years be happy with each other or the way they are with each other. Okay? Not one. By my own observation, not one. Hollywood, sure. But the same actors in Hollywood that play that scene suddenly go through the next wife, next husband, next wife, next... J-Lo goes through this. Oh, J-Lo's going to get it. Hey, Beyonce, J-Lo. These two evil women, I have been shouting their evilness for a very long time. I've had fights with girlfriends. I've had breakups. I've been called insecure. I've been called all kinds of shit. And as righteous as this world is, it's about to come out. You have to remember, J-Lo was with P. Diddy as a girlfriend. P. Diddy has always been P. Diddy. Do you understand that you can't occupy girlfriend position the way she did without being involved? That's a fact. I guess, yeah, like just know that she's guilty and gone. Even if she's not gone, she's gone, because we know now. The word will get out, right? Jay-Z, Beyonce, another two faggots. Tupac said it a long time ago. That's it. Get rid of these people, right? The truth will get rid of them. And then when people try to do this, I just want you to observe through my eyes for a second. When they name an adult as a victim, that ain't no victim. If you're an adult and you're going to say, P. Diddy made a victim of me, no. I don't care who you are. You could be the finest woman on the planet and he drugged you. Why the fuck were you at his house? In a position to be drugged. If I was a woman, I wouldn't get drugged by P. Diddy. Are you kidding me? Are you an adult? Are you an adult? Nobody made a victim of you if you willingly arrived. Well, I didn't know I was going to get drugged. You should be smarter than to go to a celebrity's house and have drinks when it's like that and have your phone checked in at the door and shit like that and have signed waivers. Be smart about it, okay? Not one of those women or men in my world are victims, okay? And I mean this from the depth of my soul. They deserve every abuse they got if they were an adult. And I wish they got more abused. I wish that they were just abused 1,000 times more as an adult, because that's the result of being stupid. And God didn't make us to be stupid and ignorant. And the price of ignorance and stupidity is that pain that I hope it intensifies 1 billion times. Don't come crying to me after the guy gave you millions of dollars to suck his dick and fuck you in the butt. Now you're a victim, right? You couldn't walk away? How about DJ Khaled? You know, that man was passed around like a fucking, whatever, pastry, donut. Because now, if you watch these interactions in the past, how about LeBron James? Another one, right? The buddies, you can't be buddies with a guy like that and have inner jokes on video like, we're going to go to Puerto Rico. Oh, we're going to Puerto Rico. And we're all getting excited when we hung out before. All those people, 100%, are as guilty as that motherfucker. 100%. Okay, now, children is different. However, I even have something for that one. I would like the mother and the father to come onto court, actually. Whichever child abuse there is, I would like to call mother and father to court. There you go. Did you give your child to that celebrity and say, go stay at his house? Did you get paid for it? Did you buy a car with it? Blah, blah, blah. Guilty, guilty. That was a child. Get away. Child not guilty. Guilty, guilty. Child not guilty. Child can't be guilty. That's why we call them children. And that's why we call them adults. Right? A child can't make decisions for themselves. An adult can. Right? A child's not responsible if they make a mistake. The adult's supposed to be there. So any of these kids that got molested, and it seems like there's a lot of them, right? If I say I don't feel for the kid, that would be wrong. It would not even be true. Of course I feel for the kid, right? But we can't stop at that and go, poor kid, poor Justin Bieber, poor Justin Bieber, poor Justin Bieber. Where's Justin Bieber's parents? Does anybody know if he has parents? Where are they? There should be one interview, right? There should be one interview where I sit down with mom and dad and I say, you know when Diddy asked this guy to come over and buy him a Lamborghini at 16? Did you guys go over there? Did you check out the house? Huh? Did Diddy come and spend the day with you guys and eat? Huh? After the first day, did you sit down with your son and go, how was it? Did your son give you the body language of something wrong? Right? Guilty of what? Of whatever P. Diddy did. Get in there. Okay? Now we're cleaning society properly. Right? We're just going to hold people to the stuff they did. End of story. And that's what you need to do in your life. You need to judge people on their actions, not their words. If you're in a position where you're leading people, and I've been in that position for I've been in the position of leading people since I was a kid, dude. It was given to me over and over and over, okay? on everything that I have. It's not the position I would choose if it was my choice. It's not a position that's fun. It's not a position, it comes with good stuff, but it comes with way more bad stuff than good stuff. There's a lot of other positions that are better. Okay, but it's the position I'm given, and it is what it is, and I'm good at it. If you're ever a leader, right, you're going to realize really quickly how words have almost no meaning at some point. People will come swear up and down loyalty, up and down allegiance, up and down brotherhood, up and down whatever, and one tiny thing in their life throws them off. Okay? Can you please put up a scene from Batman, The Dark Knight? It's the Joker, The Dark Knight, interrogated by Batman. And this scene speaks exactly what I'm saying. And it's no coincidence that I'm tattooed like the guy Joker. I chose to tattoo myself like him. Here we go. Forward to when Batman walks in. Because right now, Gordon, whatever MD, was that his name? Gordon Ramsay? No, that's the chef.
Jim Gordon.
Jim Gordon. All right, here we go. Back up just a little bit. Everybody, this is the message that I'm delivering to you from a movie. Entertain, inform, and educate. Let's do it. When you watch it, think, how do you feel about what's being said? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Have you experienced it or not? Don't just think bad guy, good guy. Oh, he's cool, he's not cool. Hey, man, listen to what's going on. That's the outside, okay? You're going to miss what's going on if you just look at if you just read the Bible, you miss the Bible, right? If you just read it, you miss it. You got to look inside for it. Go ahead. Now look inside for this.
The good cop, bad cop routine.
Not exactly.
Never shot with the head. The victim gets all fuzzy. You can't feel the next.
Pause. There's a demonstration that if the Joker got into a physical confrontation with this guy, he'd get his ass kicked. This is that beginning thing. He's just not resisting. He's not playing that game. Suddenly he presents a mental game to the guy. And you see how the mind is the most dangerous weapon. Batman could kick his ass and kill him, but he can't because he has leverage on him. That's how you play the game. Go.
See? You want to be your man. I wanted to see what you do. And it didn't disappoint. You let 5 people die. Then you let them take your place. Even to a guy like me, that's cold. Those mouthfuls want you gone so they can get back to the way things were. But I know the truth. There's no going back. You've changed things. Forever. And what if you want to kill me? I'm gonna kill you? What would I do without you? Go back to ripping on mob dealers? No. You complete me.
Pause. It's a very deep movie. When he says you complete me, this would be Yin talking to Yang. And Yang says, why are you trying to kill me? He laughs. He says, kill you. You complete me. You and I are one. We're the same. You're just one side, I'm the other of the same thing. You're not like them. You are me on the opposite side, but you're me still. And you got to be aware of that when you guys get into politics. Right? You got this side and that side, and after a while, they act like each other. You can't act like them and then say they're wrong. You can't. How can they be wrong if you act like them? Then they're right. You have to keep your own behavior while you correct them and handle any... I'm not saying you let them beat you up like him. Joker doesn't let Batman beat him up. In the end, Joker beats Batman up in this thing, but he beats him up properly because he can't physically beat him. Right? Go ahead.
It's for money. Don't talk like one of them. You're not. Even if you'd like to be. To them, you're just a freak. Like me. I need you right now. Or they don't. They'll cast you out. Like a leper.
This is for anybody who would ever be a dropout at IMC Nation. And a dropout is a word that you never want to use if you belong to a gang or a tribe or a family. It's the worst word you could use, actually. Right? It's the worst word you could use. It goes in as the number one fucking worst word you could use, to be a dropout. Right? He says their morals, their codes are a joke. It'll get dropped at the first sign of something and they'll turn back on you. Rewind a little bit and listen to that. You've experienced it. You can watch a movie and experience it in your own life. You don't have to be a spectator anymore. You're the main character of your own life. Go ahead.
You right now, freak, like me. I need you right now. Well, I don't. They'll catch you out, like a leper. See, their morals, their code. It's a bad joke. Dropped at the first sign of trouble.
Yep.
They're only as good as the world allows them to be.
There you go.
I'll show you. When the chips are down, these civilized people.
Pause.
They'll eat you.
One thing I like to do is I like to announce to my friends and especially my girlfriends that I'm broke when I'm broke. My money goes to zero sometimes. I love doing that. You won't believe how people change the way they act towards you. I'm not kidding. If you have a girlfriend or a wife, make sure she understands you're broke for a month and watch her. If she's not on your team, keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind, all right? That's the time when you're going to find out if the girl's on your team or not, right? One girl, I have multiple girlfriends. One girl says to me, if you need me to work for you, I'll work for you. She's a dancer, a stripper. She means it. That's when I tell her I have $11.75 to my name. See, I'm that guy that's live right now and says that. I'm not trying to be a millionaire fakely. I am a millionaire, but I spend my money on people. One of them being the person who just texted me. I take care of people, right? I have everything I want. I don't fucking need. I'm a monk, a warrior. Who cares? I'm a warrior, right? I'm a warrior. If it goes down, I'm a warrior. And you're going to know I don't need anything at all. At all. Nothing. Zero. I mean it. Okay? I'm also a millionaire who sometimes goes broke, right? And when I tell one of them I have $11, her mind starts to go into, I'll work for you. Hey, don't send me an Uber anymore. Blah, blah, blah. Me, noted. Somebody else suddenly seems to have drama in their life. Drama. Isn't my money that was keeping your drama off of your head? Or has the drama always been there and now you're presenting it to me because now it looks like you might be going away and you need a reason to go away? Make sure you tell people you're broke. Make sure they know that. Because if they like you for money, fuck them. You'll make money, trust me. You're going to make a lot of money, trust me. Okay? Make sure they know that you're upset at some point. That you don't feel good. Watch how they act. Pay attention. The closer they are to you, right? The more you want to show them things that are real, okay, but not positive for them. How else can you measure it? Think about it, right? I like doing that, all right? I love doing that, and I watch carefully. It didn't happen on purpose. It happened on accident so many years ago, right? When I lost a lot of money, and then I lost a few women, and I saw it. That's so interesting, right? And then I started to, this happens to me. My money goes like this, and my money goes like this, and my money goes like this, and it goes like this, right? And I just started paying attention. Over the years, I started to pay attention. And I note very carefully, right? It's when you're down, how are the people around you acting? Now, if you're down and you're in this group and you're being a bitch, don't expect me to come fucking pet you, okay? If I see you're healthy, as I am, you have teeth and claws like I do, and you know how to hunt, and you start bitching, I'm going to bite. Because then I have to accept your weakness is my weakness, and I don't got that, okay? We're not the same breed anymore. So it doesn't mean that I'm talking to the IMC guys, right? Here. Doesn't mean you could turn dark around here and like test it. You don't turn dark around here. This is a special forces operation for God. End of story. Okay? Whatever Navy SEAL can do, I should be able to do plus. Plus. Now, he trains in the cold water and underwater and with that, so I don't do that. So he's going to beat me in that. But our mentality is going to be the same. And I train in shit he can't do. Come on, man. Okay? If you do martial arts at the level that I've done martial arts, and I do martial arts now, here are some of the rumors that you get rid of quickly. I'm a Marine. I know self-defense and fighting. You don't know shit. Okay? I'm not going to say anything about the SEALs because I did fight a SEAL and he knew how to fight really, really well. Okay? But that was one. But at least I had one. I've never had a Marine ever or an Army guy ever in 30 years of martial arts show up and show me that the martial arts they learned was worth anything more than beating up their own fucking girlfriend at home. Okay? That shit doesn't work. You understand that? These guys are not involved in that shit anymore. It's not real anymore. And it's the same thing with everything else. A bunch of people with a bunch of fucking certificates. Let me segue section into the next act because I wanted to tell you this. I made a note somewhere. It's some days ago, but now it's really relevant. Let me see if I can find it. It was about the teacher teaching. Oh, I know where it was. Here we go. All right, so let me give you, we're going to go into the Players Club. I'm going to talk about men-women relationships, right? Currently, I have multiple girlfriends, more than one, more than two, more than three, just so you know. I don't want to name how many, it doesn't matter, okay? And all of those relationships are deep relationships, deep. That's me, right? Now, I personally don't want to take advice from any man who has less relationships than me on how to be in fucking relationships with a woman. They're not actually qualified to tell me. I can hear their opinions, they can ask questions, but that's not where I go to find the answers. You got that? I'm telling you that because if you want relationship advice, take it from a man who's in multiple relationships right now. If you look up there, it says AZD Angel 3, AZD Angel 1. Those are two of my girlfriends, right? Two of them right here. So if you want advice on relationships, I'm the one that gives it because I'm the one that's in it for a very long time. One of those girls has been with me for 18 years and 6 months up there right now. 18 years and 6 months in a relationship is a long time, right? You can't, that's way up there in relationships now. The other one for 8 years. 8 years. You add them together, I've been, between these two, I've been in relationships for 26 years. It doesn't go 8 years and 18 years. It's 8 years with a person by themselves, with their dramas, their life, their family, their background, their brainwashing. Another one. And these two are best friends. I'm the guy that gives advice on relationships next. Okay? That's where I want to go to. I want to go to the guy who's in the battle. The reason I talk about Steven Reza is he's still a musical genius. He still can sit on that keyboard in a minute. Man, you know, people always ask me to demonstrate shit, so I don't like to ask my friends to demonstrate their shit. But if you're around my friends, it flows through them. You don't need to ask Nick Diaz to show you kicks and punches. If you're around Nick Diaz, he's going to kick and punch right there. Don't be surprised if you're trained that he comes to you and starts batting your hand and starts going with you. You don't need to ask him. It flows through him. He's a vessel. You don't need to ask Steven Reza to do music. Music flows through him. He hears music everywhere. You understand how it goes? And so those are my friends. That's what I love. I love shit like that, right? So let me go to the next note on that. It says, the most qualified instructor in any field is an instructor who is still a student. You see that? Somebody who's actually still involved. So, you know, I've done martial arts for over 30 years. That's a long time to dedicate to something. But during that time, I've taken time off of the physical training. You never hear me talk about it when I'm off. I can still do it. You never hear me talk about it. Why? Because I'm not involved with it. And I don't want to teach something I'm not involved with. If I did, I would always start it with, It's been a while. People are better than me, but here's what I know, right? But I don't think there's anybody better than me in relationships. I don't think there's anybody better than me in communicating live the way I do, and running organizations the way I do, and having friendships the way I do, and making people better the way I do. I do it all the time. I'm still a student of it. I do all those things myself. And then, oh, this is the one. This is the one I was thinking about. Remember that no matter what the person's status or position is, he's a doctor, he's a lawyer. We have a lawyer online right now, Will. We have a doctor, PhD right here sitting next to me. So amongst us, we have a lawyer with 3 law degrees right now watching. He didn't get those 3 law degrees because he sat there and thought about it. He studied. He took the test. He passed. He's also a practicing lawyer. You get it? That guy's a lawyer. Okay? We have a PhD here and a yogi who's still involved in both of those activities, just now doing it in another field. Those same formulas are being used. Ready? Remember that no matter what the person's status or position is, people are people. People, those are people that are doctors, and some are great doctors, and some are shitty doctors. They're both doctors. There's shitty doctors, there's good doctors. There's shitty lawyers, good lawyers. You get that? They're people. Don't fall for the title. People that are lawyers, some are shitty lawyers, some are great lawyers. Remember that human beings are first human beings before they are any profession, right? For example, you as a guy know that if your woman goes to a male gynecologist, that's somebody who checks her vagina and her tits, mammogram, right? You and I should recognize first, he's a human being, a man. Then he's a profession. And any man knows that touching a female's vagina that you don't know is wrong. Now, ready? If her vagina was going to explode and she was going to die right there, and he knew how to do it, he'd have to do it. I'd have to be in the room. Because he's a man. He's not a doctor. A doctor is a profession. A human being is an actual process of living. Right? He's a cop. He's a man. He's a human being. His character is what I need to judge. There are good cops. There are bad cops. Good doctors, bad doctors. Good friends, bad friends. Good cousins, bad cousins. These are titles. Good family members, bad. We're only judging character, man. Nothing else, dude. Now, if you have a solid character and you're a professional, how much you want to bet? You're probably a very good professional. How could a person with a solid character not be good at a profession they set out to do? It follows their character. Most of the time. Sometimes, as a man, it takes time to build things. If you ever try to build a business with women, I build businesses with all my women. That's what my goal is, right? It's for them to not have to go to a job and work under some fucking unrighteous place, right? They should be able to work with me, under me, just like in relationship, but run their own lives. One of the most frustrating things dealing with women is that they can't see the long-term view. They don't understand that it may take 2 years to build a business. And 2 years of being broke, of stress, of overcoming shit. It takes that to be here. Okay, now I said 2 years, but to build a business, it takes a lot more than 2 years. Okay, it takes a lot more than 2 years. I remember when I first started IMC Academy, my martial arts academy, they came in, they told me, they said, in the first year, every business fails. I made it past the first year. Then they said, if a business makes it to 3 years, you could feel kind of good about it. It's kind of, I was 3 years. Then they said, if a business is in 10 years, you don't have to worry about it. I went past 10 years. It's been 20 years that I've been in business, right? But I remember measuring all of those and everybody's judgment on whether or not I was going to make it because statistics say this, statistics say that. If I'm in the hospital and they give me a 99% chance that I may not make it, I'm going to focus on the 1% chance of making it. Now, I just did this with these guys in front of them when the doctor said to me, 99% chance that if you go home, this is not going to be good for you. There's a 99% chance that this is very bad. Believe it or not, I'm sitting here as the 1% in recent time of the hospital. I don't know if I would have died, but I would have been in a very bad condition right now. I may have been paralyzed. I may have had some kind of a fucked up thing in my body that my arm couldn't move anymore, right? Because I was poisoned by a poisonous spider, right? And they were very clear. 2 doctors. One gave me the percentage. I thought he said 99.9, honestly, but 99 is good enough for me. I asked him twice. He mentioned it. Yeah. Oh, you just Holy Spirit or what? Zay's in the background like this. Okay, so anyways, we're going to the next class. It's called the Players Club. We're going to talk about as men, it's a men's space, how to deal with the dynamics of being with women, from not knowing them and approaching them to being in relationship with one to being in relationship with multiple, right? I have it all. I have answers for all of it. Meanwhile, I'm still a student of it, because the relationships are a process. They develop over time. People grow, people change, environment changes, right? People get sick, they get ill, they can make money, they go broke, they fucking have people die in their family, right? Everything is part of a relationship. How can you still relate to a person and grow? And the formula for IMC Nation is evolution and growth. As long as that's taking place, you and I, we got nothing to bitch about, dude. Okay? You got to trust the process at that moment, right? That something bigger is evolving you. All right? Next class is a paid class for men only. It's called the Players Club. Okay, I'm going to play a song, and then we're going to go right into it. We're going to play a different song now. We're going to play one of our songs.
AZD.
That's me. That's you.
Be the best and fuck the rest. Let's get it.
West Media.
All right, see you next class.
This music